Hello students, I am your biology lecturer. Today we will start the important topic, that is machinery and enzymes which are involved in the DNA replication. The main topic is DNA replication. Yesterday I gave the introduction and experimental proof for the semi-conservative mechanism of DNA replication. Today we will start the actual process of DNA replication and what is the mechanism and which are the enzymes involved in the DNA replications. You already know that DNA replication is nothing but the process of formation or duplication or multiplication of the DNA. Okay. Here we will start with the important points. DNA replication occurs in both the organisms like prokaryotes and eukaryotes. In case of prokaryotes, replication takes place in cytoplasm. Okay. Then in case of eukaryotes, DNA replication takes place in nucleus, because in case of prokaryotes there is no well defined nucleus, but in case of eukaryotes there is a well defined nucleus. Okay, in the nucleus the DNA replication takes place during cell division. That is particularly in the S phase, that is the synthesis phase in the cell cycle. Remember this one, prokaryote replication takes place in the cytoplasm, eukaryote replication takes place in the nucleus during the cell division, that is in the S phase of cell cycle. That is the synthesis phase. Okay. During that time the DNA replication takes place. Now we can discuss the enzymes involved in the DNA replication. Enzymes involved in DNA replications. That first one, DNA polymerase. Okay. Second one, helicase. Third one, primase. Then next, topoisomerase. Next, DNA ligase. Then SSBP, it is nothing but the single stranded binding protein. Single stranded binding proteins. Replication is multi-step process. Multi-step and complex process which occurs inside the cell, it require many enzymes, proteins and metal ions. Okay. Replication is a multi-step process. It occurs inside the cell. It requires many enzymes. I list out main enzymes above. Okay. Then proteins and metal ions. Just understand, these are the 6 very important enzymes. Other than these 6 enzymes, there are so many enzymes which are involved in the replication process. Okay. I am not going to mention here. While explaining the process, I will mention all the enzymes which are necessary for the replications. Okay. These are the 6 main enzymes which are very necessary for replications. Okay. We can discuss the enzymes. First one, DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase is a very efficient enzyme. It is a main enzyme. Okay. It is very efficient. It's a main enzyme in the E. coli, that is in the prokaryotic organisms. Okay. DNA polymerase is also a enzyme in case of eukaryote also, but there is a difference in the types of polymerase enzymes. Okay. In the replication process, in case of prokaryotes, DNA polymerase is the main enzyme. There are so many other types of the polymerase is there. Okay. This process of replication requires a set of catalyting enzymes. This is one of the catalyting enzyme. Okay. DNA, it is a efficient enzyme. It is known as, it is DNA dependent DNA polymerase. Why we say DNA dependent? Because this is the enzyme, it uses the DNA has a template to catalyze the polymerization of deoxynucleotide. Okay, means for the synthesis of new strand, it uses the parental DNA strand has a template. Template andre mirror tara. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಆಗುವುದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋ ದಟ್. I will draw the short diagram here to explain that one. Okay, you know that this is the, consider this is a parental DNA during the process of DNA replication. Yesterday while explaining the experimental proof for the DNA replication, I used this diagram, that's why again I am using this one. Okay. Here one of the strand is parental strand, another 2 strands are synthesized newly, you already know that. Okay. The new strand is synthesized by seeing the parental strand. The base pairs which are present in the parental strand, those complementary bases must be present in the new strand. ಈಗ ನಾ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಈ ಥರ ಬರೋಣ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಪೇರೆಂಟಲ್ ಡಿ ಎನ್ ಎ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ಪೇರೆಂಟಲ್ ಡಿ ಎನ್ ಎ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಿಯರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಎ ಟಿ ಜಿ ಸಿ, ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಲಾಂಗ್, then A G. Okay, complementary base pairs are like this. Yeah, T A C G T C. Okay, during the process of replication these strands are, this double strand, these pairs are going to be separate. The double strand of the DNA is going to separate to form a single stranded DNA. Okay. Actually the DNA is looks in the helical form. For your understanding, I am going to draw the linear DNA here. A, T, G, C, A, G is a parental strand. Then T, A, C, G, T, C is also a parental strand. Another new strand must be formed opposite to the parental strand. It's like this. Okay. It must have the complementary base pairing. Complementary andre A iddalli compulsory T ne barbeku. T iddalli compulsory A ne barbeku. G, C, C, G, A, T, G, C. Okay. Here also same thing. T, A, T, C, G, G, C, T, A, C, G. Okay, these black ones are the newly synthesized strands or the offspring strands, or we can say the hybrids. Okay, by comparing the parental strand, the new strand is synthesized. ಈ pairing ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ new strands ಒಳಗಡೆ nucleotide attach ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ. Okay, this process is known as a polymerization process. Okay, this strand is known as template. Template ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಆಗಿ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, template. It is just like a mirror. Okay, this one is a new strand. Okay, the complementary base pairing is by the polymerization process. Okay, for the polymerization DNA polymerase is very necessary. Okay, now I am going to write the points of this DNA polymerase enzyme. It is a main enzyme in the E. coli. It will help for the DNA replication. Okay, then it is very efficient enzyme. It is also known as a DNA dependent DNA polymerase. Why it is called as a DNA dependent? The main point is it use the DNA as a template. It use DNA as a template to catalyze the polymerization during the replication. That's why it is known as DNA dependent DNA polymerase. ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ, RNA ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ DNA ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ಅಂಥ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, RNA ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ DNA ಪಾಲಿಮರೇಸ್. DNA ಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ DNA ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ DNA ಪಾಲಿಮರೇಸ್. RNA ಟೆಂಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ RNA ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ DNA ಪಾಲಿಮರೇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, I hope all of you getting this one. Next, DNA polymerase. These points are very necessary. DNA polymerase use DNA has template to catalyze the polymerization of deoxynucleotide. Deoxynucleotides are nothing but the nitrogen base pairs plus pentose sugar plus phosphate group. Those are the deoxynucleotides. Okay, then it is highly efficient enzyme. Already I mentioned that one. Again I am going to write that one. Highly efficient enzyme it have to catalyze a large number of DNA nucleotides for polymerization. Polymerization means joining of the monomers. Okay. It have to be catalyze a large number of DNA nucleotide for the polymerization within short period of time. Short period of time. Okay. In your NCERT book, that is a given in case of equali, there are 4.6 into 10 raised to 6 base pairs of DNA is present, and in humans 6.4 into 10 raised to 9 base pairs are present. Okay. In case of equali, the replication takes place in 18 minutes. In case of humans, it takes place in 38 minutes. Means DNA polymerase add 2000 base pair per second. Okay, means while synthesis of the new strands of DNA polymerase have to add the new nucleotide to the newly synthesized DNA. The speed, average speed of the DNA polymerase is 2000 base pair per second. Within 80 minutes, it have to be add 4.6 into 10 raised to 6 base pairs of nucleotide. In case of equali, in case of human DNA, it have to be add 6.4 into 10 raised to 9 base pair within the 38 minutes. That's why we can take the average speed of the DNA polymerase is 2000 base pair per second. This is very important for NEET exam and board exam also. Here I forget one thing, students. This DNA replication is very important for the board exam students and the NEET students. Okay. I am going to explain each and every topic which will cover all even NEET extra information and the board examination. Okay. I am referring the NCERT and extra other books. I will cover most of the extra topics, extra information in the DNA replication. Okay. If you have any doubts, if you got any doubts while watching this one, you can easily ask. Okay. Next, the DNA polymerase in case of prokaryotes are 3 types. Okay. DNA polymerase 1, DNA polymerase 2, DNA polymerase 3. DNA polymerase 1, DNA polymerase 2, DNA polymerase 3. Okay. Then, in case of eukaryotes, DNA polymerase are more than 15 types. Here I am going to write only few types which are very necessary. Okay, that is DNA alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Okay, These are the types of DNA polymerase which are necessary for the DNA replication. Okay. This DNA polymerase not only do the polymerization is very fast, even though it cannot do any mistakes while polymerization. Means any mistakes during the replication would result into the mutation. That's why it is very efficient and accurate enzyme. It will error free replicating enzyme. Error free replicating enzyme. It is very accurate enzyme. Okay. These are the points of DNA polymerase. Okay. Once again we can, DNA polymerase is the main enzyme. It is very efficient. It will add 2000 base pair per second. It will add the 2000 nucleotide per base per second. Okay. Then it is called as a DNA dependent DNA polymerase because it uses DNA as a template for the synthesis of new strands. Next, types of the DNA polymerase in case of prokaryote: DNA polymerase 1, DNA polymerase 2, DNA polymerase 3. In case of eukaryotes, it is DNA polymerase alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Okay, and it is very accurate enzyme because any mistakes which occurs during the replication would result in the mutation. Next enzyme, that is the helicase enzyme. Okay. Helicase is also known as a unwindase. The name itself showing that helicase is also known as unwindase. Unwinding means separating or unwindase. It acts over the DNA. It acts over DNA at replication site. Replication origin site. What is replication origin site? It is also known as ORI, origin of replication site, ORI sites. Here, for understanding the replication origin site, this is the bacteria. Okay. Consider this is the eukaryotic cell. This one is a this one is a eukaryotic cell. Okay. In case of prokaryotes, the DNA is not present in the nucleus, it is present in the common cytoplasm, but it is circular DNA. Okay. Then in case of eukaryote, there is a specialized compartment for the nucleus, that is specialized compartment for the DNA, that is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, the DNA is coiled. Okay. Here, in case of prokaryotes, there are certain points which helpful to start the DNA replication. Those sites are known as the ORI sites. ORI sites are nothing but the origin of replication site. In case of prokaryotes, only one ORI site, but the length of the eukaryotic DNA is more. That's why eukaryotes ORI sites are many. Okay. Usually the ORI sites which are present in the DNA of the organism itself, which will start the DNA replication. That is the starting point of DNA replication. Okay. In the long DNA, it has some starting points for the replication. Those starting points are known as the ORI sites or origin of replication sites. In case of prokaryotes, there is only one replication site. In case of eukaryotes, there are many replication sites or ORI sites. Okay. Why the DNA helicase? We can say just helicase or the DNA helicase. DNA helicase is known as the unwindase. The DNA helicase, it recognize ORI sites. It recognize ORI sites and unwinds the two strands of DNA by destroying or breaking DNA hydrogen bonds. Okay, you know that DNA. Okay, during the replication process, the helicase enzyme, consider this is a helicase enzyme, it binds to the double stranded DNA, make it long one. When the double stranded DNA is binded with a helicase act on the double stranded DNA and it recognizes the ORI site. This is the helicase. When it binds on the DNA, it will bind on the ORI site only. It is very specific. Helicase bind on the ORI site of the DNA. When the helicase is bind, it starts unwinding. Next process I will draw here. After binding of helicase, it starts uncoiling the DNA. Okay, uncoiling. Okay, the double stranded DNA converted into single stranded DNA. Okay, it is possible only by breaking. You know that there are the hundreds of, means many hydrogen bonds are present in between the nucleotide base pairs of the DNA. Okay, by breaking those hydrogen bonds or the destroying those hydrogen bonds, the double stranded DNA becomes single stranded. This is very important question. Which enzyme separates the DNA? Which enzyme makes a double stranded into single stranded? It is very important NEET question and CET question also. Okay. In case of during the replication process, DNA helicase is act as unwinding enzyme which will make double stranded DNA into single stranded DNA. Okay. Next, just remember, by breaking the hydrogen bond, the double stranded DNA becomes a single stranded DNA. Next, we will move to the next enzyme, that is the, before going to move to the next one, here the helicase or the unwinding DNA makes into two strands of single stranded DNA, result in the formation of Y-shaped structure. You can see it looks Y-shaped. Here I will write the point. After unwinding DNA makes into two strands, result in the formation of Y-shaped structure. That Y-shaped structure is known as a replication fork. Okay. The Y-shaped structure which is formed after unwinding by the helicase, it is known as a replication fork. Okay. Next. This is all about the helicase and DNA polymerase enzyme. These are the main enzymes which are very necessary for the replication. We will continue in the next class with the next enzymes. Okay. Thank you.